I'm in Iceland, and for the next 7 days I'll be exploring the land of ice and fire, from sweeping canyons and enormous glaciers to black sand beaches and huge mountains. Let's see what Iceland has to offer. So just landed and picked up the car, and it is cold here. It says it feels like -10, which is why I am wrapped up like an Eskimo here. But yeah, picked up the car. It's an absolute beauty. Now going to hit the road. First stop, Thingvellir. Let's go. So I've arrived here in Thingvellir, one of only a handful of national parks here in Iceland, and one of the only places in the world where you can see between two tectonic plates. This is an amazing spot where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plate meet. You can even swim between them. I'm not going to do it. As you can see, I'm kitted out. It feels like -10 here today, so it's pretty nippy. So I'm just going to get going and have a look around. I'm coming up on something absolutely spectacular here. This is the largest lake in all of Iceland. It's part of Thingvellir National Park, and I can't even begin to attempt to pronounce it, so I'm just going to put it on the screen here. But wow, it's like something out of another world. I know I'm a bit of a nerd for Lord of the Rings, but this is giving me such Middle-earth vibes. Absolutely stunning place here. Wow, and what a day I've got for it. Absolutely beautiful. So I've just arrived at a pretty cool place. This is the Logberg, the site of Iceland's first ever parliament in the year 930, over 1,000 years ago. They chose this spot between two tectonic plates to make all the important decisions that happen here in Iceland. Amazing stuff. They've had a parliament here for over 1,000 years, making it one of the oldest in the world. Think of that, and my local council can barely arrange a bin day. God. I've just stumbled across a very cool place. This is Great Geysir. This innocent looking beautiful spot is where they used to execute people. They used to drown women and behead men for crimes such as incest. What a spot! I mean, brutal, but not a bad spot to go. So I'm just coming up on my first waterfall in Iceland right now. Wow. This is Gullfoss. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. What an absolutely stunning waterfall. Now this was used in Game of Thrones as a set piece, and you can see why. This is absolutely stunning. I've seen waterfalls all around the world, but this just has that magic to it. Wow, and in this weather as well. It doesn't get better than this. I've never been anywhere quite like this. It's absolutely stunning. This is my first real trip to somewhere cold, and I'm just blown away. The Viking in me, the sort of Nordic roots, it's just amazing here. Just views in every direction. This is day one, this is the first thing I've done. I'm so excited for the rest of this. Coming up on an absolutely fantastic piece of architecture here. This is Thingvellir Church. Now there's been a church in this spot for over 1,000 years, which is absolutely insane. This one here dates back to about the 1850s, but wow. And this is one of the earliest sites of Christianity in Iceland. We didn't pick a bad spot. It's not a bad place to have your Sunday service, is it? I'm going to have a little peek inside. This is... Hey, look at it! How brilliant is that? Absolutely wonderful little piece of history in here. Oh, so I'm arriving at the main event here. This is the Silfra Fissure. This is a gap between the Eurasian and North American tectonic plate, the only place in the world where you can swim between tectonic plates. Now, this is an absolutely incredible geological site. The Earth is literally pulling itself apart slowly, 2 centimetres per year at this point. Wow. So over here, I'm stood in Europe, and if I go over there, it's on the North American plate. What a place. Back to the car. That was absolutely incredible. I've been here for about 3 hours and that gave me plenty of time to see all of the stuff here. Really nice relaxed pace, so that's at least how long you want for this. But now I'm going to get back in the car, head off to the next one. This is a big one. This is the geyser. So I've arrived here at the Great Geysir. Now this is actually what all geysers around the world are named after. How cool is that? And I believe if you're a local Icelandic, it's a geysir, but it's already steam in the air, slightly eggy. Let's go and see if I can find this big boy. There's a real pong in the air. It's all the sulphur coming out of the ground. There's just pockets of the stuff everywhere. It really stinks, but it is a beautiful spot. I think the geyser is meant to go up every half an hour or so, so fingers crossed I've just made it in time. So I've arrived at Great Geysir here. It's meant to go off every 10 minutes actually, so if I just hang around here, hopefully I'll see the old fella go. Come on. Oh, that was so cool. I just love stuff like this. It shows nature at its full power. That is just such a sick thing to see. Oh, I'm gonna hang around for a few more and then I'm gonna head off to something that's even more impressive. A real show of nature's power. Oh, so I'm at the final stop of the day now. Finishing up the Golden Triangle on a strong note. Heading to Gullfoss, which is the biggest waterfall in Europe. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be something else. Let's go. So Gullfoss is the largest waterfall by volume in all of Europe and the 3rd largest in the world. This has been described as the Niagara Falls of Europe, something that I just can't wait to see. I've seen a lot of waterfalls in my time, but I've got a feeling this is going to top the lot. So Gullfoss is a fissure waterfall, water flowing through the gap left where lava bored a tube through the earth, and enough water flows over it every second to fill 4 Olympic swimming pools. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Wow. The power of this thing. This is insane. Oh my. Wow. I'm actually lost for words. Wow. I've seen anything like it. Oh, heading down now to the lower viewpoint. It's already the best waterfall I've ever seen. This is just spectacular. Iceland. Oh, day 1. Mind-blowing. I can see why people compare this to Niagara Falls. This is by far the best waterfall I've ever seen. The power of this thing. The ice forming down there off the spray. This is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm a bit lost for words. I'm just going to show you instead. So that's the end of day one, and my God, is Iceland delivered. What a place. I am blown away already. If this is a sign of things to come, this is going to be one hell of a trip. But for now, I'm going to head back to my cosy log cabin, have a hot chocolate and chill out, ready for tomorrow. It's the morning of day 2, and today is going to be a day of exploring Iceland's rugged south coast. This is going to be a day of chasing waterfalls and running along black sand beaches, and I cannot wait. Let's go. First stop of the day. This is Seljandafoss. If you've ever wondered what it's like to walk behind a waterfall, this is your place. Pretty excited, and I'm going to get a raincoat on because I think I'm going to get absolutely soaked. So Seljandafoss is fed from the glacier on a volcano. The volcano is Eyjafjallajökull, which is not how you pronounce it at all. But you may remember that volcano as the one that erupted in 2010, causing those weeks of flight delays. So the fact that this is fed by that is so cool. And it's also one of the only waterfalls in Iceland that you can walk behind. So I'm going to go and get absolutely soaked here, I'm sure. Gutted. Because it's winter, they've shut the path behind it because it's all frozen up. I guess that's fair. Don't want to slip and get dragged beneath the glacier, but that is still one hell of a waterfall. Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to stand here and have a look at it instead of walking behind, but still pretty. Bit of a shame there that we couldn't get behind it, but it was beautiful. But the sun's actually starting to come out now, so I've got high hopes for the next one. The next one's one of the biggest waterfalls here in Iceland. It's off to Gullfoss, and there's a legend about it too, so I'm excited to learn a bit more about that. Let's hit the road. Arrived here in Gullfoss. Gonna head out and see another waterfall. Let's go. So if you've ever seen pictures of Iceland online, you've almost definitely seen pictures of Gullfoss, an enormous single drop waterfall in the backdrop of all of these amazing mountains here. It's absolute iconic Iceland. I cannot wait to see it. So legend has it that a long time ago a Viking hid their treasure behind this waterfall so nobody could get to it. And apparently people have been trying to get there for ages. Once, a group of 3 people managed to throw a hook and get it onto the chest, but it snapped, and that hook is now in the local folk museum. And I mean, have a look at that. Not a bad place to hide your treasure, is it? Let's see if we can spot it. Now this is fed by 2 volcanic glaciers, and it's an absolute powerhouse. The roar of it's fantastic. The spray's kicking up. It's just magnificent. I've seen a lot of waterfalls in my time. I've seen more grand ones, I've seen more powerful ones, but I genuinely think this could be the most beautiful. Iceland, man. Stunning. So that's me done with waterfalls for today. Now I'm going to move on to see some more evidence of this island's volcanic nature. Some really cool and impressive structures. Going to get in the car and head off there now. Wouldn't be at Iceland without coming to one of the iconic black sand beaches. Now, this is just a sign of this island's volcanic nature. This is made of basalt that's been ground down over time by the wind and erosion. And just over here is one of the most iconic basalt formations in the country. This is Reykjavik. Reminds me a little bit of Stafford Island off the coast of Scotland, and it's absolutely beautiful. There's sea stacks here, mountains. So yeah, I'm gonna go and have a closer look. So coming up here on these basalt stacks, and this is the result of lava cooling over a time, and they form these geometric patterns. It's absolutely amazing stuff to see. As you can see, it is quite busy down there. There's a lot of people here. Beautiful light though. There's seabirds flying in the air everywhere. Absolutely gorgeous. And if you have a look over here in the background, big sea stacks and sea mountains coming out. Beautiful stuff. So these sea stacks are really dramatic looking. Just coming out of the sea like volcanoes. Really mythic. You can see why this island has so many myths. That's such a tie to Norse mythology. But got to actually be pretty careful around these waves on this beach. They've got something called sneaker waves. So there's rip tides here, and people have actually been dragged out. You really need to watch what you're doing on Reykjavik Beach, because it's so tempting to get down to the sea line and get a nice picture, but you can see that the waves here are a bit sketchy, so you've got to keep your distance. I'm going to go for a nice gentle walk along, try and get away from some of these tourists and just find a bit of peace and quiet and enjoy this scenery. See, the basalt formations are great and the sea stacks are fantastic. I think the real thing to do on this beach is to just walk the other direction, because there's literally no one out this way. Just all of the tour groups have stayed back by the car park, and you can have this entire stretch of beach all to yourself if you just head in the other direction. And this is just stunning. Black sand for miles, gorgeous sun on the cliffs out here, sea lapping over there. This is beautiful. It's like a much more dramatic alien UK. It's just a beautiful place that feels homey yet different. It really is spectacular. So yeah, I think we're just going to walk a little bit further, then head back to the car and onwards. So that's it for day 2. I'm absolutely cream crackered now. Been chasing waterfalls and running along black sand beaches all day. Gonna head down now through Vic to our cosy little cabin. Got a really nice place tonight, so gonna go back, stay in, and maybe go out and try and catch the Northern Lights tonight. Sounds good. So I'm gonna check in again tomorrow.